So Savitri is able to hold the divine force because she has already done her yoga. Book 7, Canto 5. See, Savitri has found her soul. In book 7, Canto 5, the first section, Savitri has found her soul. And then what happens? The divine Savitri soul, the oversoul, and the human soul, Savitri is human, they join together and merge into each other and become one. So that is the description which we have got here of how they become one. Page 506. In the house where all is made of flame and light, Savitri suddenly meets her secret soul. What we have got here. Here, in the chamber of flame and light, the toiling spirit in a mortal shape, the human portion of divinity, and the oversoul, the central being, stationed above, the secret deity, what we have got indwelling deity, the secret deity, indwelling deity, rush into each other with a magic transformation speed and become one. Here it is magic transformation, here we have got a mighty transformation, you see. It is the descent of this original power that awakens the deep cosmic centers of activity in the subtle physical. And this happens through Savitri as the individual. In the cosmic field it happens, now in the case of Savitri individual. Out of the soulless, mindless night, a flaming serpent rises released from sleep. Through Savitri, the dormant cosmic energy is stirred. The dormant cosmic energy is stirred. And it rises from the inconscience upward. Savitri becomes the active center of the worldwide action. From matter's base, there is a rush toward the eternal space. In her soul sits the living original power, armed and bearer of the weapon and the sign. This could be the divine transcendental Durga, not only to protect but also to destroy all that opposes the divine work. That brings about a high celestial change in Savitri, who is here to do the divine work. There is a rush of Mahakundalini into Savitri. That rush from above down below is for the cosmic universal action, not for Savitri, but for cosmic universal action. Savitri has housed the divine power in her soul. Well, I mean, there are a lot of things here, and the mother also narrates her Kundalini experiences when she was in France and Japan after 1915 to 1920, for 5 years she was there. She says, this rising of the Kundalini, I had it in. It was still in Paris, you see, when she was there. It was before I came to India. It had, etc. She narrates all those things. So you can read, there are a lot of things here around, you see. But now here, let us see how Savitri is, how the Kundalini is rushing into various centers of Savitri. In his deep lotus home, her being sat, as if on concentration's marble seat, calling the mighty mother of the world. You see, this is the important thing, calling the mighty mother. He wanted to show me the mighty mother, show me. Calling the mighty mother of the world to make this earthly tenement her house. So the mighty mother reference is important in both the places, you see. As in a flash from a supernal light, a living image of original power, a face, a form came down into her heart and made of it its temple and pure abode. But when his feet had touched the quivering bloom, a mighty movement rocked the inner space, as if a world was shaken and found its soul out of the inconscious, soulless, mindless night. A flaming serpent rose, released from sleep. It rose, billowing its coils, and stood erect, and climbing mightily, stormily on its way. It touched the center with its flaming mouth, as if a fiery kiss had broken their sleep. They bloomed and laughed, surcharged with light and bliss. Then, at a crown, it joined the eternal spirit. In the flower of the head, in the flower of matter's base, in each divine stronghold and nature knot, it held together the mystic stream which joined the viewless summits with the unseen depths, the string of folds that made the frail defense safeguarding us against the enormous world. The whole thing is there. Well, I mean, we'll not go into all the details. You can read the whole thing there. So, when Savitri has found her soul, the Savitri's soul and the oversoul, they have rushed into each other. The mighty mother's force has already entered into Savitri's soul. This is what we have got in this particular canto. Now, the question is, if the Kundalini has already descended in Savitri's soul, what is this new Kundalini arriving here? Canto 5 of Book 7, the soul and oversoul has joined together. Now, what is it that is now happening here again that Kundalini is descending? All the centers of Savitri are awakening. As I told you, he wanted him, Savitri should show him that the mighty mother is with her. Now, it is that mighty mother which can descend into Savitri because she can hold her in her soul now, because she has already established her in her soul. Therefore, it is now she is coming here in a full transcendental form, in her all might, presenting herself to death, to Yama. So this is not a kind of a duplication that what had happened earlier is being repeated here. The subtle point is that Savitri has already established the divine power here, and therefore now the divine power can come and work through her. It is that which is happening here. It poured into navel's lotus, etc., and joined matter's dumbness to spirit's hush. Thus changed, she waited for a word to speak. So Savitri, a mighty transformation has come now in Savitri. Here I am, fully. But Savitri is not going to take the initiative for further action. She is waiting for the divine command, the divine word, the Supreme's word, and then only she will speak out. Thus changed, she waited for the word to speak. Word is personified. Shabda, Brahma. As I said, word in science, in Vedic literature is Brahma. Brahma means word. The power of expression, the power of putting into dynamical action things, that is the word. When you speak, it means it is made positive, effective, done. Thus changed, she waited. What did I write here? The word spoke. It was the voice of the word which was heard. What Savitri is hearing is the voice of the word. See, it's very beautiful description in terms of language. Savitri is hearing the voice of the word. It seemed the calm utterance of infinity. Word is the creatrix. She is the creator who gives expression to things. Creatrix. Speech or speech. Speech capital or speech. What is expressed? Speech or speech. By the word, Brahma creates. Brahma is the creator. The force of his creation is the word. Word is Brahma's clasp. 125.35. 125.35. Savitri is approaching her soul, the dwelling place of her soul. From room to room she is going. She is crossing door after door, courtyard after courtyard she is passing. A sealed identity within her woke. She knew herself this beloved of the Supreme. These gods and goddesses were he and she. The mother was she, a beauty and delight. The word in Brahma's vast creating clasp. Word in Brahma's vast creating clasp. The power of Brahma is word, the creator. In the mythology, in the Puranic tradition, Saraswati, Brahma's spouse, Brahma's consort, is Saraswati. Word. She is the creator. She gives form, shape, concreteness, definiteness to things. You see here described here, word in Brahma's class, world fusions, that is Shiva and Shakti. World fusions in Almighty Shiva's lap, that is Parvati. She is giving the Puranic description, Parvati. World fusion on Almighty Shiva's lap, the master and the mother of all lives, etc., etc. Krishna and Radha, various descriptions of that you see. So, word in Brahma's vast class, this is that word now for which Savitri is waiting here. The divine power, the creatrix, it is she who has to command to Savitri what she must do. That change, she waited for the word to speak. So it is the word which is going to speak. Eternity looked into the eyes of death. That was the condition which death had stipulated. It had looked into my eye. And darkness saw God's living reality. That is a tremendous thing. Occult contains a real tremendous. Darkness can see God's living reality behind darkness, in darkness. In other words, what has happened is darkness has acquired divine sight. Darkness has acquired divine sight. Divya Chakshu. Divya Chakshu, the divine sight, divine eye. It is darkness which has acquired the divine sight. And darkness saw God's living reality. So, in other words, we condemn darkness, etc., etc., etc. But actually, there is a reality behind that darkness which you don't see. That is our darkness. We don't have that sight. Darkness now has acquired, you see. And darkness saw God's living reality. In other words, there is some purpose, there is some meaning, there is some content, there is some beauty, there is some joy, there is some meaning behind that darkness which is hidden there, which is now getting revealed. Darkness saw God's living reality. Darkness is personified, you see.